Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh a Lot. You're listening to Baby Laugh a Lot. She's the funniest doll you've ever seen. Just push the button and she starts to giggle.
Hello and welcome back to The Good, the Bad and the Ugly Show. So, I think it's time for another toy video, but this time we're going to look at some bootleg and some weird and some odd toys. So, yeah, a weird toy special. Let's get into it. Right, so here we are. Some weird action figures. Well, I'd say some good, bad and ugly action figures. Or, weird crap and knockoff. Yeah, let's go with that. So the first one we're gonna show you today isn't really, I don't really know what it is. I guess it's kind of crap. It's not really that weird. But, yeah, so this guy here. I don't really know much about this. I think they were a line that came out in the early 70s and by Matchbox. So Matchbox, who made the little cars. Yeah, they made a bunch of these. I originally thought it was a Mego thing. It's not a Mego thing. Some of these figures have appeared in other videos, but I thought let's kind of lump them in to one kind of like weird toy showcase. So yeah, look at that. Look at his face. Isn't that odd? I don't really get it. I mean, I suppose things were different back then. Like, action figures weren't really a thing. They had those little swappable figures where you could swap their arms and legs and heads around. They came out in the 60s. You had, like, dolls as well, but this is before Star Wars figures, so before, like, you know, the bar had been set, you know? Like, Star Wars figures brought about with them a kind of quality that then action figures had to look a bit like that for years and years and years. Or be better. But yeah, these guys, like, look at that. He can do that. He's broken his leg. Anyone remember the episode of Bottom, where Rick Mail falls off the ladder? You can recreate that episode, look. Oh, God, Eddie! That's fantastic, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm just going to leave him there with his broken leg. Maybe not. Lie down. Okay, next figure. Let's move on. So, Mego. Just before Mego went bankrupt, they started making some terrible decisions. And obviously, these decisions were leading up to the reason why they went bankrupt. Basically, after it all went wrong, really, after they bought out the Star Trek: The Motion Picture and the Black Hole figures. After that, they made a few bad decisions. Those films didn't do too well. No one really bought the toys. It kind of ruined Mego, really. They went around for a few years after that. They made things like Micronauts and all that stuff, and that did quite well. Kind of, only because Star Wars figures were late coming out, so people bought Micronauts instead. But we won't do the whole history now. Anyway, they made some weird decisions, and they bought out action figures of the Love Boat. I don't really know why they did this, because the Love Boat was not a kids' program. It made no sense to me, really. They had, like, Little House on the Prairie and, like, Waltons and stuff as well. I don't really understand why you would do that, because no kid's going to want to go out and buy these figures. It just doesn't make any sense. But here is the captain of the Love Boat, and if this isn't a weird figure, I don't know what is. He kind of reminds me of the butler from The Shining. You know, you are Mr. Grady, the caretaker. Yeah, but yeah, it's sort of weird, isn't it? It came with a captain's hat originally, but that's long since gone. Better articulation than Star Wars figures because the knees bend. But that is it. He can bend the knee. But that is basically all he can do. His arms and the head are the same. It's a weird figure. It took me ages to find one of these as well, because they're kind of hard to get. This line, because obviously they're weird. No one bought them, so they became like peg warmers. And they disappeared from circulation. You can get the bartender as well. I really want the bartender, because then you could recreate a kind of alien bar and have him behind the bar, and it'd be funny and stuff. But yeah, so there we go. That's him. I'm gonna put him down with this guy. So there we go. That's a couple there. So we're going to move on now. We're going to move on now to aliens. That's right. So there were some quite good alien figures. I'm not going to go through all of those because I'm sure at some point me and Mr. Timbo himself are going to do a Kenner video. Showcasing all of Kenner's toys, all the ones we have, and the aliens figures will fit into that anyway. So anyway, here is a knockoff. This is a bootleg alien figure. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad, isn't it? I mean, it's cool, it's like bling and weird. It's got big screws in the back. It's kind of something that Geiger might have thought about, it's like a rough sketch he might have done, then thrown away, and then come up with the real one. I don't know, his head moves around, sort of satisfying, but it's not really an alien, it's not really anything, I don't know what it is. It looks kind of cool on the shelf, but, yeah. I found this at a toy fair, and the guy selling it didn't know what it was, so he said, oh no, a couple of quid's in, man. Yeah, I have to buy these things. I still don't know why I buy these things, but I do. And next we're going to move on to an actual alien figure licensed by Kenner as part of the Aliens series. Yeah. So look at him in his glory. So what this is he's supposed to infiltrate the aliens, right? That's supposed to look like an alien from Aliens. It doesn't, does it? So basically, yeah, he's wearing a mask. It's a person. He clips onto this like backpack thing, so that comes off. And yeah. And the legs come off as well. So yeah, he's a guy. He goes in there to infiltrate the aliens by basically wearing some stilts. And a mask. And the mask also, how does it work again? Oh yeah, it fires. That lifts up, and then you press... Oh god, it's gone. Yeah, it fires off the top bit of the mask. It's a bloody weird thing. I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with the idea for this. But, yeah. I mean, flying rocket parts, never a good idea anyway. I mean, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And we know from experience, I mean, look at the Boba Fett figure that never happened. That's because of the whole, like, flying off headpiece. You don't do it. You don't do it. But anyway, yeah, it's a damn weird toy, isn't it? I don't really understand the whole reasoning for this. But, it's a cool thing to have. It just doesn't make any sense. No sense. Next we have Freddy Krueger himself. Or is it? It looks like Where's Wally? It's Freddy Krueger dressed as Where's Wally? Or Waldo, depending on which country you're watching this in. Yeah, he's got the glove, he's got the hat, he's got the burnt head, he's got the stripy top. It's Freddy Krueger. But he's actually called, like, Long Hand Luke, or is it Cool Hand Luke? Left Face Jake? I don't know what his name is. I'll put it up on the screen or something. But, yeah, so it's a weird knockoff Freddy Krueger figure, kind of similar to sort of He-Man and stuff, that kind of, like, build and size. Very odd. Made by, this company here. And, yeah, part of the weird Monsters range. Monsters range? Yeah, he had like a weird looking Dracula and stuff. And a mummy. I had them all when I was a kid. I don't have them anymore, but I do have this. I bought him at a car boot sale for about £1, or maybe cheaper than that. But, yeah, quite sought after now, actually, these. Because there's something about crap figures. People really want them now, because they remind them of their youth. And you can't really get them, because they all fell apart. Like this guy here. This is Hulk Hogan, but he's kind of like Hulk Hogan if he lived in Eternia. Yeah, it's like a He-Man, weird bootleg He-Man figure, but it's obviously Hulk Hogan, judging by the head. He's a wrestler, he's wearing furry pants. And that is another one. I found this in a sort of kids' toy shop recently, a sort of junk shop. And it's in a box of action figures, all for about £1 each. So I thought, well, I can't leave it behind, because look at it. How could you not have that in your life? Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan, I guess. By some stretch of the imagination, it's Hulk Hogan. That brings us on to Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's right, the best Arnold Schwarzenegger figure, likeness-wise, I've ever seen. Here he is. He might not be Arnold Schwarzenegger, he could be Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. I don't know. He's wearing a weird get-up though, isn't he? He's got like a sort of He-Man, but they painted bits of it blue and some weird colours. I mean, that's really odd, isn't it? I mean, I remember a bunch of these were painted up to look like Commando and Terminator and all kinds of... and Conan, even. There were all kinds of weird, like, knockoff versions of Arnold Schwarzenegger here. They got a head that looks a bit like him by hair and face and made these. They're really weird. And these go for a little bit of money now as well. I don't know why. I don't know why you want to spend loads of money on this. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Anyway, moving along. It's going to be a short video. I promised it would be a short video today. Promised myself. This guy... I don't know who he is or anything about him, but he's obviously on the same range as these like knockoff He-Man figures. Well, He-Man figure bodies. I don't know. He looks like a gladiator, maybe. Maybe he's Wolf or Jetstein or I don't know whoever. I don't know who the gladiators are. Maybe he's one of the gladiators from the 90s. I don't know. Possibility. So let's move on now to some even weirder figures. So recently, Masters of the Universe has made a comeback, and they brought out these kind of original Origins toys and stuff, things that look like the original He-Man figures, but they're not quite. Anyway, they're pretty good. This is one I found the other day. I mean, I saw this and thought, even though it's quite expensive, I had to buy it. Look at that. That's He-Man not as we know him. This is Anti-Eternia He-Man. Includes a comic about his origins in the back. I haven't brought myself to open it because I don't want to open it. But it's kind of cool, isn't it? Weird, right? Weird. So the idea is he's like some weird kind of like he's like Nuclear Man from Superman 4 or something, you know? Weird, man. He's like an evil version of He-Man who kind of flew up the sun to kill everyone or something. I don't know. But it scares me a little bit. But here's other ones you can get. You can get these whole reproduced He-Man figure range. That's not as interesting because it is what it is. There's lots of nostalgia stuff now. But an anti-He-Man figure had to be done, man. Had to be done. Which also brings us on to another figure that I've already made a video about, but I'll show it anyway because, yeah. They brought out these as well. They're called Strange Worlds. This is Michael Myers, but done as a kind of weird knockoff He-Man figure again. I love the idea of that. It's really odd, really weird, interesting, and it did everyone else like it as well. You got like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Leatherface. Yeah, I like that, because they're definitely doing something strange with that. And it reminds me of the weird figures they used to bring out when I was a kid, which brings us on to this. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but not as we know them. Yeah, that's right, this is Turtles Fighters. It's like a Chinese knockoff. Made in China, there we go, yeah. Look at his face. He's got broken teeth. He looks very angry and messed up. I don't know what that is. That's, I don't know, man. That's Raphael Angelo. I don't know. But he's got some weird weapons at the bottom. He's got some, like, little swords and stuff that obviously belong to other figures. It's weird, isn't it? Turtles Fighters. And there's only 3 of them, and they all wear the same headbands. On the back, it shows you all the other stuff you can get, which is nothing. I had to buy this again because weird. And that brings us on to our final toy, or action figure, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you today. I bought this for my daughter recently because I thought it looked really weird. This is a line of toys called the Grocery Gang, and what I like about this, it's a garbage truck. It's not quite complete, because it was from a boot sale, you know, what can you do? But what I like about this is they're very much in the similar vein to Food Fighters, a line that came out and disappeared in the 90s, or was it late 80s? I love it. Look, he's a messed up hamburger man, and you can get other French fries guys, you can get like a drink as well. They're a bit like those McDonald's toys that came out years ago as well. I love stuff like that, like weird food toys and weird gross out toys. It reminds me of the 90s, and the fact that this kind of stuff has made a comeback is brilliant. You press that button, the door opens, and inside are hundreds of weird little things here. There's like sort of like a rotten bit of toast there. There's a weird little burger man. There's just hundreds of these, and I really like them. Like, there's a little ketchup guy here. There's a little, if I can get it focused, a little weird pizza guy. If these were bigger, they'd be amazing. Yeah, so many. So we filled this up, and yeah, I like it. What can I say? I like it. So there we go. That was a bunch of weird toys, action figures, knockoffs, bootlegs, and just oddities I thought I would share with you today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that.
And I eschew you, and I say screw you, and I hope you'll blue too. We're all bloody.
Please like, share, and subscribe to The Good, the Bad, and The Ugly Show.
Because there's no room left in here.